Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of the SpitTalk podcast. My name is Louie,
Off a day, everyone. My name is Aaron.
It's Kyle.
and today's episode we are just gonna run down just a few of our, I guess, like our movie experiences and how we ended up loving movies. I guess because like the movie theaters are finally opening back up. It looks like it's starting to pick back up. I don't want to say normal because it's still 25% capacity for the most part. But it's getting there. It's just fun to hear about like the box office again and seeing how much a movie made. So we're just gonna talk about our experiences in the theater, our good, bad, how we ended up loving the movie experience, and yeah. Anyone want to start off on this one?
Yeah, so I mean, I just watched A Quiet Place. Was it last or Saturday? The weekend when it came out. Yeah, and haven't been in a theater, and honestly, it felt really good to be back inside a theater.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone was spaced out and stuff, but just being able to see a big screen, everything's dark, the sound,
Hmm.
being with other people, realistically, just it's good. It's nice. You can't really take away from that experience of going to a theater as opposed to like watching it at home. And I mean, it has its perks from watching it at home.
Hmm.
So, um, but that is just we can kind of go deeper. So
Yeah, I like how it brings a different vibe to the movie experience or just watching a movie in general. I know like throughout COVID we had to like learn how to watch at home, and you can already tell it was so different from just doing that already. And but I know we're going to talk about it, but like the movie experience at the theater, it's so different and it's like very lively.
Hmm.
um and that's the thing I appreciate the most is it's like you're watching it with complete strangers, but it's the fact that everyone's invested in what you're everyone's invested in the film that's playing right now. So
Yeah.
I really enjoy the movie experience.
Hmm. Yeah, you mentioned A Quiet Place. Yeah, that was like the first movie coming back. Like the first one I've watched. Um and yeah, it makes a big difference. Like you try like it was this one of this it's one of those movies that are made to be experienced
you
in a
have to watch
theater.
that movie in a
In a
theater. Like, there's
theater.
no way around it.
Yeah, so it was nice to be back just in that environment in general. And yeah, so Aaron, did you want to start us off with like or the first time you realized how much you love the movie going experience? And yeah, let's go off on a tangent.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. I said it on the other episode. I'm a late bloomer when it comes to movies. So I actually, and this can be very therapeutic, everyone. So this is a therapeutic episode for those that are listening. So I came about watching movies. I was a movie. I worked at a movie theater, and I actually learned to love movies from that job, just because I remember the person training me. They were telling me like it's always good to watch the movie because the customer is gonna ask, "Oh, what's your input on it?" So I never really thought of it that way, and I was always more of like I'll just watch the popular ones. Like I don't care about the other ones that we like isn't as advertised. So just being able to work at a movie theater and just be deep in all these different movies and different genres, like it really hit different. And this is a point in time when I'm like in my in my late teens going on my 20s, where you know movies are becoming more interesting in the stories and all that other stuff. So I feel like that's my answer to that question of how I dove deep into the movie experience. And on top of that, like us doing spit talk, that really helped a lot, just being one with the movie, I guess, or just being in tune with the movies. And yeah, and it's crazy because Jen and I we worked in the theater, and yeah, so it's crazy how like our coworkers at that time, they like they would kind of go to us just to ask our opinion, or like they would want to just have a conversation about movies. And before that, it wasn't usually a conversation about movies, but like now it would be a conversation about movies. So that's when I knew it hit me that the movie experience is a different kind of feel and community that I appreciate and in love with, I guess, in a sense. And
Mm-hmm.
I really love the movie experience. Yeah, that's how I came about with the movie experience.
I guess for me, I mean, realistically, I guess one of like ones that's my first experience, or at least this experience that sticked out for me was, I watched like all the Harry Potters with my whole family when I was a kid,
Mm.
up until like maybe like the sixth one. It was kind of a tradition to like, I felt in my head, unless I'm like not remembering it correctly,
Mm-hmm.
but I remember watching the first Harry Potter in theaters, and it was just it was really fun, and that always stuck to my head. And going to the movies was kind of uh, like just isolating yourself and sitting down and just watching something for 2 hours and just not have to worry about anything, and just you just sit back and relax and enjoy. And then especially now, watching with watching with friends, watching with your family. It's just another way to get involved with people and like sharing opinions, something to talk about rather than just not being social and stuff. Because there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
For me, I guess it kind of. I think I talked about this a couple times, but back in I want to say 2007, I think. Like I was always a big fan of movies growing up. Like I loved a lot of movies because they were shown to me by family. But like in terms of like going to the theater and loving that experience was a time when I remember my mom, my sister, and my brother, because there's like five of us. They went to the Philippines, and it was just me and my dad on island. And I remember we dropped them at the airport in that morning, and then when we came back, we were planning to like just sleep in. But then for some reason, like I think I was even like knocking a ball. I was so bored I couldn't sleep. I was like hitting a ball on the wall, and I heard a knock, and I was like, "Oh crap! I think I woke my dad up." But then right when I opened the door, he's like, "Hey, you want to watch a Live Free or Die Hard?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" And then like that was like the start of that whole summer where we just watched a movie literally every week. I remember Transformers coming out in that summer. I don't remember what else, but from that point on, the movie going experience was like one of the best things ever. And yeah, like I really enjoyed it. And the fact that you get to, yeah, you mentioned it, you get to watch with just a bunch of strangers you don't even know, but the fact that you're experiencing the same thing, reacting to the same thing, it really adds a lot. And it's almost like watching a sport live. It's the same feel, and it's great. It's a really good experience.
yeah, I had like the same like when I was growing up, or like when I was in Guam, and while my dad was around, my dad would always like kind of like, "Hey, you want to watch a movie in the weekend?" Because like
Hmm.
literally didn't know what to do, and we just watch whatever, and it was just kind of spacing out. And on top of you said watching a sport, it's definitely like one of those crowd driven scenes where the energy is just way different when you're inside an entire black room with maybe 200 people,
Hmm.
and you get the reactions and the quirks and the feelings and the atmosphere.
Yeah, and I liked how Jan was like saying 2008 was like a point in time when he like discovered movies, because I feel like 2008 was a very good point in time because um even though I started like really being investing myself in movies, 2008 was a good start point because that's when Marvel actually like kicked off. If you guys remember, and the scene that's playing in my head was I actually went into theater, and I'm like middle school, right? I went into theater and we were watching Iron Man, but the thing is the credits were still rolling, so they kind of let us in early. I walked in, then I saw that ending scene of, Nick Fury saying,
Mm.
"Oh, have you ever heard of the Avengers Initiative?" So I kind of spoiled it for myself. So like we were the next showing after that. So I saw that scene first. I was like, but as soon as I heard Avengers, I was like, "Whoa, there's going to be an Avengers movie?" And that kind of kicked my interest of of the movie that I am gonna watch, which was again Iron Man. Then and it kind of grew into something and invested my time that I need to watch this series of movies that's gonna come up to 2012, which is Avengers. And honestly, that movie 2012 Avengers is when I actually grew a little bit closer to you guys in a sense. Like I know I had a couple classes with Jan. But I know 2012 is when Avengers kicked up, and like in the hallway, we were like, "Hey, did you watch this? Hey, did you watch the clip? Hey," like
Yeah.
we just kept talking about it. So it's crazy how the movies or just trailers or just that whole experience kind of like gets people connected. So
Yeah,
the
back
power
I
of
mean
movies and how they'll yeah.
when we were all back together on island, we had like we would watch every Marvel movie like as a group. Like we made a point to like always watch it together, and it would be like a big thing for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like we dedicate a weekend to be like, hey, this movie's coming. It's like everyone's watching. It's like, yeah, we're gonna eat after this and that, and it was just a fun time. So
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Speaking of like Avengers, right? Do you guys have or what movie do you remember that where like the crowd was super into it? That it really added to the experience, like the atmosphere of like watching a film. It's almost like a concert. Can you guys think of any movie that was like that recently?
Insidious.
It's it's serious. Oh my god, dude.
Horror movies are so fun to watch in the theaters.
Oh my god, for real.
So
Yeah,
any
those
horror
are up
movie
there.
really, those are really fun. But yeah, like I remember Insidious. It was we also watched it in a big crowd, but just realizing like, let's see who's gonna scream, and you hear the
Yeah,
entire
yeah.
like, or even like what Insidious Paranormal Activity 2 in theaters.
Yeah.
That was a different experience.
Mhm.
So that those are the few that came up to mind.
You mentioned Insidious. I think I remember we did watch that, and we were sitting like to
We
these
did.
random guys, and we kind of just vibed off to them because like I remember him scaring me during the scene, and I literally jumped. I'm like, "You
Yeah.
motherfucker!" Like that was really
Like
fun.
it was complete quiet, and there's one person that screams for no apparent reason.
Yeah, it was a really fun.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
What about you, Aaron? Do you have anything that you could think of?
Yeah, I think my route would be the action route. So I
Yeah.
remember like the clapping and the yelling was Transformers, the first one. I remember watching it the premiere day, like my uncle got tickets, and it was a packed crowd obviously because it was the first Transformers live action coming out then. The laughs were there, like that one scene when like like Sam is like freaking flexing in the car, like, oh, if you bounce off that mirror and like you go that way and all that other stuff. That's when like the crowd was like engaged with the movie, and they're watching everything on a big screen, like his magnet thingy on the dashboard or the mirror. It said like
Yeah.
biatch, and it was a B, and it was just just funny. There's a lot of laughs and a lot of like yelling and stuff. So that was my first memory of like, wow, the movie experience is basically what you said of it being a concert. So that's the definitive idea of or my first movie seeing that happen.
So speaking of experiences,
Yeah.
what's your go-to snack?
My go-to snack,
Ooh.
dude.
Yeah, we can't like if you're gonna go to the theater, you got to do something, right? So like, what's
Yeah.
the aside from the overpriced popcorn and bottled water? I like if you were gonna go to movies, what would you bring?
Like sneak
Dude,
in.
I'll give Jan's
Oh.
answer. I'll give
No,
Jan's
no
answer.
foot long, no foot long, no foot long subways in your sweater. So
Yeah.
Jan's answer is a large popcorn, hot
Fuck
dog.
you.
He needs salt on the side. Hey, don't tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're spot on so far. Yeah. See, so
See?
like a large popcorn. I gotta get salt on the side only because like, dude, putting salt on top it doesn't do much past the halfway mark.
you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. No, fuck you. I'm doing it okay. I have they give me a cup and I put the salt there, and then I need my Coke Zero. Like a big Coke Zero, And
So is that? Are you? It sounds like you're a purist. Just popcorn and a drink.
I'm kind of a pure, yeah.
No candy. No.
No, well,
No. This
None
is
of
like
the
when
things?
he'll say it, but I'm gonna say he's gonna go when commercials are playing. He's gonna get his Buncho Crunch.
fuck.
Hey, bunch of
See?
crunch is top tier though.
Dude, bunch of crunch and popcorn
So-
together. You've never tried that? Oh my god, you're missing the fuck out, dude. It's the
How
best.
about you, Aaron?
Recently, me and my girlfriend, I was into she got me into the popcorn mochi thing. So like we've been doing that like before the pandemic with the movies we
Yeah.
watched. So that was a thing. But my go-to would be Raisinets, and I know a lot of people don't like it
Boo.
for some reason. But
Yo, Raisinets
But
are
it-
dope.
Boo.
yeah, just you
No,
know, some people
they're
hate it.
I'm just kidding.
Not the purists over there, okay? But anyways, um, I enjoy Raisinets because it plays back to my childhood. Like I would watch movies with my auntie, and she would always get that. So it kind of
Mhm.
became a natural thing of just getting Raisinets to watch in the movie theater. Like she wouldn't get the chocolate, the M&Ms, the Bunch of Crunch, the whatever chocolate that's out there. She would get the ones with the Raisinets, and it's not only me, but my entire cousins, like my entire family, like cousins and brothers, we'd always revert to, hey, get the Raisinets. Never get don't get the Bunch of Crunch or get the Bunch of Crunch. It would be Raisinets. Literally,
Yeah.
it's been a family thing just to get Raisinets. So yeah.
Mhm.
But Jan, Kyle, what's your movie or movie food?
I'm a nacho guy. Nachos and jalapenos.
Man, try eating
Just
that in
eat
a
it
quiet
the
place.
first. No, well, I'll eat it with like the first 20 minutes of the movie and be like, all right, I'm good. Yeah, and then I guess candy. I'm Bunch of Crunch or Raisinets, really. Yeah, and then usually just like an iced tea or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, I haven't been buying just because like it sucks because it's overpriced and stuff.
Of course. Yep.
Yeah,
But you know,
but sometimes when it's like, all right, like I'm gonna sit down and stuff.
So like since we're on the topic of and I liked how you brought up like the movie food, there has to be a ritual. Like, do you guys have a ritual? Because I know Jan knows that I have a ritual.
piss like 3 times before
Like, do you
the
have a ritual
commercials even
before the
start?
movie theater, or like just
Personally, I don't think so. No, I just kind of I don't.
For me, it's not even
Mm.
really a ritual, or I guess it is a ritual. It just happens. Like when I get in and I take my seat, you know, I'm kind of snacking a little bit already, kind of drinking. So I would tell whoever I'm with, usually my girlfriend, I would tell her, can you drink more of this so I can get my refill now, and then so I don't have to come leave. So I don't have to leave during the
peer
movie.
pressuring, just peer pressuring,
Yeah.
just to make sure that like as soon as the movie starts, you're like, yo, I'm not leaving
set.
the seat
I'm not leaving
whatsoever.
my seat. Yeah. And then I would
yeah.
take a bathroom break more than once actually. I think Aaron does the same thing, or in the middle of commercials we would come back and then pee. So we would pee
Yeah.
before commercials, pee in the middle of commercials, and then sit. And once the trailers start, that's it.
No, hold on. I was like, you guys are talking about commercials, but like the movies, like there's no like commercial in between the movie. I get you guys worked there before,
Dude.
but like there's no like commercial break in the middle of the movie.
No, yeah. So
No,
we're
like
literally
trailers.
emptying. We're emptying our bladders.
Trailers are fine. Yeah.
No, we're emptying our
I know, but
bladders
what- so-
before the trailers even begin.
Okay,
so
so-
that's kind of why I'm
Mhm.
saying.
Most times when we're watching movies, I always invite whoever I'm watching movies with, like, hey, let's go grab something to eat, so we don't buy those overpriced things. So like we'll probably hit up dinner before a movie, or in some cases we would watch after the movie. So ritual wise, I would do dinner before the movie. So that means we're probably
Yes, you
watching the
could say
movie at
that.
like 8 or 9. Yeah. So then what Jan's saying of like, oh man, we got all this drink in our system from the dinner, or like from just getting the drink from the concessions. So our tank is full, so we got to empty that. So there's like at least 15 minutes of trailers with local commercials or whatnot. So we have 15 minutes to like fully empty it out. So like we'll probably hit
Yeah.
half tank on the first one, or when we see the first trailer, then we'll hit
Yeah.
like a quarter in the other trailer, then we'll finish off that quarter on like the last trailer, or we think it's the last trailer. So
Yeah.
that is that is my definitive ritual when
No.
before entering a movie theater, because like you said, I don't want to get up. I just want to stay in my seat and not worry about
Right.
because I just want to watch.
For me,
So
dude,
yeah,
I don't know.
I just had
Like,
to bring it up.
I don't want to eat before the movie only because I still want to support actual movie like that's literally where they make their money. People have this assumption that they make
Mhm.
their money from tickets, but no, dude,
No, they don't.
the tickets are literally for the most part going to the studios because that's how they make their money. And
They make it from popcorn.
yeah,
100%
see,
all from popcorn.
we're literally a freaking store that, and when the movies are just there. That's why theaters overprice their stuff. That's literally their revenue. So I try to make it a point to buy something when I watch. Yeah, we were mentioning the trailers, right? I honestly
Yeah.
consider that as part of the experience. Like, I can't not watch the trailer. I would be so mad if I missed the trailers. Are you one of those people?
With YouTube being prominent, it's some of the trailers we've seen before. It's been
Mm-hmm.
it's been a thing already where like the trailers are seen on YouTube, and when you do get into a movie theater and you see the preview, like, oh, this preview, blah 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 blah. Then when you see the first scene of the trailer, and in my head, I initially like, oh, I watched this already, so I'm gonna use the restroom. But I do want to say, if I haven't seen the trailer, I would sit, then wait till the next trailer, then do the morning ritual. Like, okay, or morning ritual. I mean the movie ritual
morning
of like
ritual.
leaving the theater. If I see that other trailer before, so I do agree that like some trailers I do have to sit and watch, and yeah,
I miss the times when they would release, like, they wouldn't release trailers until after the fact that it was already showing in theaters. Like the trailer at least.
Mm.
'Cause yeah, do you guys remember the Spider-Man trailer from, like, I'm talking about Tobey Maguire here, like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? The first time I saw that trailer was in the theaters, and I remember freaking the fuck out that there was a Spider-Man movie coming, like, as a kid. And I guess that's kind of why, yeah, that I really like that. It's part of the
Different
experience.
times now, different
Different
times,
times.
sadly.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You go back to just like whenever, okay, like you mentioned not getting up in the movie. I remember you always
Mhm.
saying, like, the movie sucks if I go to the fucking bathroom or something in the middle of the movie.
That's truth. That's
Yeah.
truth.
I don't know. Like, yeah, it's kind of like a signifier. Like, fuck, if I'm willing to pee in the middle of the movie, then I don't really give a shit, to be honest. But
Sometimes you just gotta pee though.
no, honestly, I'll hold it, bro. I don't care. I'll fucking hold that shit.
Yeah,
I held that in Endgame,
I think
and
I think Kyle, you've known us already. You know what? Like we'll sit in the theater, like we'll sit and watch.
No,
the
no,
movie.
I know. I know.
But that's just
I'm a
our
little
take
bit
on
more
it.
casual, so.
yeah,
And like for me, I guess like you guys keep talking about like trailers, but like or since I've been out here, like a lot of it's like reserved seating and stuff.
mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
like and like I miss the days where like we'd have to be like actually like maybe 30 minutes ahead of the showtime
To line up.
to be inside the theaters, because to like you want the best seats, you want to get your concession, you want to get comfy, like all the rituals. But here it's like reserved seating, and it's like okay cool, like this, and then trailers are gonna show, so like I'll come in like a little after, I'll be fine kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
I just thought it was very interesting that you brought up that topic because, like, what would you prefer? Would you prefer reserved seating? And I know, Kyle, you already said, like, you rather just go in 30 minutes early to get the best seat you can. Guam doesn't usually do it. And like Jan said it earlier, we're doing it now. But what is your take on that? Like, reserved seating or just finding the best seat you can, Jan?
oh, you're talking to me. Dude, I don't know. Cause like I was always one of those guys where, like, I actually want the reserved seating, but when you say stuff like waiting in line with your friends and just like chilling until the movie, just so you could get good seats and stuff. It does add to the experience a little bit. So I don't know. I really don't know now. It is convenient though that that you pick your seats. And see, the one downside to that is like, let's say you're watching with friends and you don't buy your tickets at the same time, right? So like, some of you guys are gonna be separated, and yeah, I guess I do.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like sometimes we would watch before, like we'd have a group of 10, and just like
Mhm.
yeah, we're all sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
So
Like fucking
we
save me a
reserve
seat.
seating.
Yeah. So I get
Yeah. I mean, like, but like, cause like now a lot of it's kind of like, oh, another thing too is like, I don't know if you guys do this, but or at least I actually still have like all of my old ticket stubs,
right.
like from Guam. Like I still have them physically. Like I just kept them, and like I have like a stack, and like those are kind of like archaic now because everything just buys online, reserve everything online,
Mhm.
pay your e-ticket or whatever. So like I miss having physical tickets because that was just kind of a part of the thing. But now it's kind of like all digital, which is like, it's good and bad, like convenience over memorabilia and stuff.
I still
But
have some. I have some. I remember I still have my dude. You can't even see the writing anymore, but it's the Dark Knight. It's that old. From
yeah, I
oh
have a
wait,
stack somewhere. I think it's back home,
yeah.
and literally just all the ones from Tango and Hollywood theaters.
Right. What about you, Aaron? Did you keep any of those?
I think I just had Bridge to Terabithia. That's the only one I remember I kept. It was my first field trip in elementary, so I kept it. But
Bridge to
yeah,
Terabithia.
And also, I guess
I do.
another experience too. So like on Guam, like you guys have just two theaters, and they're kind of being out here. I mean, like me and Aaron, remember when we watched was it
Civil War.
when we watched IMAX? Was it Civil War?
Yeah, Civil War.
That
Civil
was
War.
that was a great experience having to watch it in IMAX, and like I think we were like there was only like 5 people in the theater when we watched it.
Yeah, so
And
that's an
yeah,
interesting story.
that was a really
Yeah.
fun experience, just because like it was our first experience watching IMAX, and just like whoa.
Yeah. So the funny story with that is like funny / interesting is like we came into this is like a week or 2 weeks after Civil War came out, so I'm pretty sure me and you we watched it prior to it because it was
Oh yeah,
tradition
I think
for
we
us
just wanted
always
to watch it in IMAX. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did do that. We did watch it in IMAX, but stupid us, we didn't know what IMAX theater was. And for me at least, we got the seats like in the middle-ish,
up
but we're so
close?
dumb because other people were in the way back. I'm like, they're so dumb. Why are they in the way back? Then like once we got in, I was like, oh shit, now I know why they're in the way
Yup.
back.
As soon as
So
they
we
turned on
kinda-
the lights, they were like, "Yo, like
Yup.
it's corner to corner." Like,
Dude, wait.
Yeah.
So
they were like, "Oh, should we move back?"
that was your first IMAX movie? It was Civil War, or
yeah,
dude, my own.
for me at least.
my own.
I don't remember if I watched anything in like the Philippines in IMAX, but Civil War like stuck out for me.
Yeah, so for me, my first IMAX movie was in the Philippines. And it was Avatar 2009. James Cameron and
With 3D,
3D.
3D or no 3D?
Three. Okay, yeah. See,
Oof.
that's the thing. No. You say oof. You say oof, right? But like the thing is, I remember watching that movie, and say what you want, but the fucking dude, the visuals was fucking crazy. And I remember actually, I literally said it out loud. 3D is the future after fucking watching Avatar, dude. But then, it just goes to show it's literally just that movie that made 3D that good, and then like after that it just fucking died. So because I thought everything was gonna be like that, but it wasn't. So yeah, there we go.
Oh, well, when you guys come out, or have you been to an Aaron where like you can order food in the theater, like the
yeah,
dine-in
I have.
theaters?
So
Okay,
yeah, I've
No,
done
those are pretty. Those are fun.
Mhm. Yeah, so I've done AMC a couple times when I was out there in the States. I've hit up a Regal here and there as well. Shout outs to Edward. So he took me to a cool spot where there's like lounge chairs at one point. So I was like, yo, they freaking stepping up their game here at the USN.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
recliners.
Yeah.
Yo.
So it's it's crazy how we're talking about the movie experience, and for some reason it's kind of like at this point it's kind of like a dying art in a way, or a dying uh I don't know,
Let's
just a
not say
dying
that.
experience.
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't want it to be, but it's getting the sense with the idea of movies going on streaming services.
Hmm.
But yeah, keep the movies alive. But just bouncing off of or going back to the experience, like just the movies have to do so much now just to get people in their seats. They have to get these recliners. They have to do like all these services, and I do appreciate them. It does like enhance the movie experience, and those were memorable ones. Like I remember doing those recliners chairs with Edward. I remember doing one with my family when they were out there, and like they enjoyed it. So it's crazy how um we don't get it here on Guam, but like imagine if we did. I think we would get more seats in the theater if they had that. And on top of that, like reserve seating too, if they had that as well. I don't know, just a lot of these other things that could be considered helpful for Guam movie theaters. But yeah, I enjoyed that aspect of how the movie theater is adapting to us to help the movie experience. Yeah, that's just my take on it.
I don't think it'll ever go away. To be honest, like it like for it to go away, like I feel like that's just a shame if it does.
Hmm.
You can
Definitely.
watch everything at home, but like honestly, like it's a whole like like we've all watched movies at home, especially during the pandemic, and like it's cool. Like you get to like set up your own thing. You get to like cook your own food.
Hmm.
Have like have your whole setup. But
But it's not
being
the
inside a
same.
theater, it's just not the
It's
same.
not the
Like you
same.
can't beat it.
Yeah, it doesn't help uh that like nowadays studios are lessening the theatrical window. Like
Yeah,
I
for
I
sure.
know a quiet, like even just a Quiet Place Part 2. I think there was like some
Mhm.
debate about it going into streaming 45 days after it released when the original plan was 90. And even 90 was kind
Yeah.
of too soon, to be honest. So yeah, it's a shame. I hope it doesn't go away.
Oh, have you guys done drive-ins?
No, that's the one I haven't
No.
Oh,
tried.
drive-ins are fun.
Yeah.
The drive-ins are pretty cool too. So,
I'll definitely,
um,
yeah. I'll definitely, if I ever stumble on one, then I'll definitely try that out. That's one of the ones I haven't done yet.
yeah, I watched Finding Dory in a drive-in.
Finding Dory.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Right.
So, honestly, like drive-in theaters are probably like as opposed to like in theater, like drive-in theaters are pretty up there too with in terms of like an experience.
Mm,
Cause like you're inside your car, like it's your own space, but you have all the freedom. And
Mhm.
then depending on the time of day, what movie, like you're surrounded by other cars and you're just listening on the radio and watching it. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess my take on that, it's like I've never done it. I would try to do it, if I ever get the opportunity. But I don't like staying in my car for a long period of time. It's very claustrophobic. But hey, I'll give it a shot. Um, but since we're talking about like these different experiences, we haven't talked about our worst movie experience. Like we've been saying a lot of good
Ah,
things. Like we talked about rituals, we talked about snacks, we talked about how we got into the theater, or like our whole movie experience, but I never actually heard your worst experience, in my opinion. So did
man.
you guys ever
let me
have?
see.
I've definitely had. Off the top of my head, I need to think about it a little bit.
I know one is
Do you have
your
one?
Star Wars,
Yeah.
our Star Wars Episode 8. Come on, Jan. You
What the
remember
hell
Star Wars
happened again? I
Episode
don't
8?
remember. No,
Okay,
what was
so
going on in that one?
well, okay, Star Wars Episode 8. We were watching in Aganya, and this family who were big fans of Star Wars were dressed up, and they were like sitting 2 rows ahead of us, and we got all the cheers and all the yelling, but that family had a loud kid, remember? You remember the loud kid? And the
Honestly,
mom
I
wouldn't
don't
want to leave.
remember.
You don't remember that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I
So like
don't
I just
remember this
remember
one.
that was one of it. So like I remember the kid would be yelling and like, some of us would try and say shh or something, but the mom would say like, you better be quiet because I don't want to get out of this movie. I want to watch. I'm like, "Whoa. Okay." So we're watching the movie while like the kid is complaining. So I've never like I didn't have a good experience watching Star Wars Episode 8. So that's the first thing that came out with like at least that movie, you know?
Yeah. Um. Well, now that you mention it, I think I remember when I watched. It might have been Dunkirk. There was this
Mm.
guy on FaceTime in the front, like with someone, and he was really loud. I don't think he even realized how loud he was being because someone tapped him and told him to please stop. I mean, he stopped. He wasn't an ass about it, so it's kind of scary, like
I
you
know,
don't
but
even
but
realize.
but but why would you do that during a movie?
Exactly. That's why. That's kind of that's one that I remember um right now, but I got to think of more cuz I know that there was a worse one than that. Huh.
I've walked out of one movie. Yeah, I think I walked out of one movie midway just because I couldn't do it, and like it sucked because like it was some kind of mythology movie, and like I really like watching those movies,
Yeah.
but this movie just wasn't doing it. I just don't remember what the movie
Oh my
was.
god. Okay, wait. So like speaking of walking out of a movie, dude, and our work like remember do you remember our double feature? It was like the worst double feature. It was literally Seventh Son and then Jupiter Ascending. And we even reviewed Jupiter Ascending that same day. And I remember falling asleep in Seventh Son. I was like, fuck it, whatever. I'm gonna enjoy Jupiter Ascending anyways. But and then Jupiter Ascending happened and it was like, fuck. We just wasted our damn night watching these fucking movies. Do you remember watching that back to back?
I do.
So I don't remember Seventh Son. Where was I? Was I there?
I think you were there. It was us three.
Because I remember doing Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah.
But did I? Yeah. But no, yeah, that's the worst feeling. It's like you watch a movie and you're just like, I just wasted my goddamn time. Like
For real. And that was two
so
back to back. Yeah, that was
yeah.
that was
And like
me.
usually, like if I have a bad experience at the movie theaters, I just try to laugh it off and just kind of, I just laugh at the movie at this point because of how bad it is,
Mhm.
and then that just
Mm.
makes it more fun for me. I was like, okay, cool. Like at least I'm not like so angry. I wasted $8. Like I could just keep teasing this movie on how bad it is.
Mhm. Oh my god,
And then also, I guess
$8.
another bad experience. Oh, I mean,
$8 at the
now
time. That
yeah, now it's like what 12, 13.
Yeah, god damn.
So I remember, no, dude, they used to have like Tuesday, like $5 Tuesdays. Remember?
Mm.
Yeah, they did.
Like that's literally the only time we would watch. It was like $5, and we should watch any movie from like the matinee times,
Yeah.
like in the morning.
Mhm.
Like we would do this in college where like we had classes in the afternoon. Like, yo, we're gonna watch a movie like first thing in the morning at like 7 o'clock, and then go to school.
Yeah.
And it was like $5
Yeah.
to go to watch the movie. So, oh, also like screw you tall people that sit in front of me because it makes my experience
Ooh.
less.
Dude,
Tall
Yeah.
people sitting in front of short people. It's like, can you just not?
that's why
Dang, but the
stadium seating
snorers,
is the
man.
best kind. Stadium seating, man, doesn't have no problem. Like there's no problem. You know.
It depends on the theater. So
Aaron, do you remember when we watched Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No.
Okay, so this
I
was
don't.
when this was in the morning, right? And you were all of a sudden like I don't know what made you say it, but I remember you texting our WhatsApp group. Whoever's the first two to come to the theaters, I'm paying for their ticket. And then I remember I rushed over and the first one that came was me and Kyle. So I remember you paying for our tickets. And then when we got to the theater, I remember it was like we were stuck with a school and they were so damn loud. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I remember this school.
Dude, and I was like, God damn, what the hell? And then we moved. We're like, fuck, we can't watch this. So we walked out and we were like, can we change our movie time to another one? I'm like, okay, we'll move to this one.
Yeah, I remember that.
But then when we got to that one too, and we're like, yes, it's empty. But then literally 10 minutes later, another school comes in. So we're like, what the frick is this? Oh my God. I mean, like, we still enjoyed the movie, but like, it was just really like loud in terms of like, it's not even loud where they're reacting to the movie. It's loud because they were just like spewing out random shit. Because, you know, they were like kids and it was just their school technically. So they had a feeling of like just doing whatever they wanted. And yeah, it kind of sucked. It was, I remember I was like groaning a little bit like at the stuff that the people behind us would say. Because I think they would like splurt out, like they would spit out like some stuff where they're like, this is more dramatic than The Notebook or something like that. You know, it's just little shit like that. I'm like, can you shut up? I'm trying to fucking watch the movie.
Those were kind of funny though. Sometimes they were funny.
No, it's
You
funny.
just chuckle.
It's funny
like,
looking back now.
but it was also annoying.
But it's annoying at the time. You know, like looking back now, it's funny as fuck. But like, dude.
Wow. Can't believe I bought you guys
Yeah.
tickets. Dang.
Yeah, dude.
It was in rotation.
You don't remember? I can't believe you don't remember that. You were the
No, I
the one
don't.
that said
I
it
don't.
even. Yeah.
Crazy.
I just remember the school thing and just coming out like, I'm not gonna do this.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys have any final thoughts that you want to bring up with regards to the movie experience and movie theaters in general? Like,
I hope to watch movies with you guys again in the theaters if you guys come out here.
yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like there's still a lot to talk about with our movie experiences, and I'm pretty sure we can probably do one, but yeah, I would like to go back to touch up on this if we can one more time, you know.
We'll probably
Because
get
it's
another
good hearing
guest,
all
yeah.
yeah, it's good hearing all these stories because I'm like, dang, like it's a good reminiscing and like, you know, it's a good like it's hopeful for the future, you know, like if we do hang out again.
It's
and, like, do a movie.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's good.
definitely.
So I'm glad we did this. How about you, Jan? You got anything to close it up?
No, honestly, yeah, I do. Hopefully, yeah, we could all get together and watch something together again. And yeah, for the most part, yeah. See, here's the thing: like, I haven't watched with any like of our group, like this and like that, like when we mentioned it in a while, and it would be nice to have all of us watching again. But yeah,
Yeah,
other than that,
for
I
sure.
don't really have much to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go-
Okay, I'll just
anyone
say this
listening,
one point.
Go out and
Yeah,
watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
say this one point.
Please
I've
watch in the
never
theaters.
actually I've never actually missed a Marvel movie in theater, and I don't want Black Widow to be the first one me watching it in streaming. So when I'm out there, I'm pretty sure I'm going to try and watch it in theater just to keep that alive of us watching
Yeah.
a Marvel movie in theater. So that tradition is still
Mhm.
stuck on me, even though I'm doing it by myself or just with just a couple friends. I'll try and keep that up. But with that said,
Right.
thank you for listening to Spit Talk Podcast. Catch us on our next episode. Follow us on Twitter at Spit Talk Podcast for any updates. Once again, we are Aaron, Jan, and Kyle. See you guys. Bye.